Hello, welcome. Thank you all so much for joining me here. My name is Charity, and this message is for Gemini. So in this reading, we're going to be looking at the energies of how the person who is on your mind is feeling about you and what they might be intending to do about that. This could be somebody specifically on your mind, connected to, or coming towards you, depending upon your situation. I do want to say a very quick thank you to everyone who has voted for me and is continuing to vote for me in the People's Artist Competition. I truly appreciate it. I'm about to make it through, very close to the next round. So I do thank you all for your continued votes. If you would like to see my art profile and vote for me to move forward in this competition, then you can check the description box. I did put the link in. So let's get into this. Spirit, what is the heart of the matter? What is this person thinking? What are they thinking when it comes to Gemini and this connection or potential connection? What are they feeling? What are they feeling in their heart space? What do they like best? What do they like best about Gemini and this connection with them? And what don't they like as much? What don't they like as much? What are their highest hopes? What are their highest hopes when it comes to this connection? And what are their deepest fears? What are their deepest fears? Now we're going to get 3 cards for what is likely to happen, what they're likely to do next, and any advice Spirit has for you. I'm going to lay these face down over here, and we will look at those together at the end of the reading. And okay. I am seeing, my goodness, a couple things peeking out here. We have a Knight of Cups, a King of Cups, a Page of Swords, and a Wheel of Fortune. Like every single card, and I did see the 9 of Swords for a second as well, which means somebody is anxious, Gemini. Every single card that is revealed to me through a course of a reading, I know is there for a reason. And when you get these kinds of cards showing up on the bottom of the deck and deep in the deck, somebody could definitely have some feelings, some strong feelings for you. They could be falling for you. In some cases, they could definitely be in love with you, Gemini. I do have to say, with a Knight of Cups and a King of Cups and a Wheel of Fortune is this desire to move forward, to take things to the next level, to see what can happen, to see where things can go. But we've got a Page of Swords. The Page of Swords for me in a love reading is definitely somebody who is interested, very curious about you, wanting to know more, could be thinking about you, looking at your pictures, checking your social media, things like that, if you have it, wanting to know, and very clearly with the Knight of Cups, King of Cups, and Wheel of Fortune, wanting to know if you're as interested in moving this forward as they are. A lot of signs here. We'll just do them real quick because I know that's helpful to some of you. Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, strong Sagittarius for me as a reader, though some get the fixed energies, Leo, Aquarius, Scorpio, Taurus, and then all the water, strong Scorpio, Pisces, and Cancer energy. I know that's a lot of signs, but it's a lot of cards, and I know it is helpful confirmation for some of you. But it does seem like there is a lot brewing under the surface here when it comes to you and someone who is interested and thinking about you, thinking about saying or doing something. What they're thinking in their headspace here is the Page of Pentacles, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy. But our Page of Pentacles is interested. Pentacles are all about manifestations, physical things, talking to somebody, seeing them face to face, hearing their voice. It's a small step, but I do feel like with all of those things we saw on the bottom of the deck, there's a lot of feelings, and this can be somebody that you have a lot of feelings for as well with those energies. If you don't have anybody specifically on your mind, somebody has set their intentions for love, and they're definitely looking for something and someone, and you could meet somebody, maybe strong earth in their chart, doesn't have to be, but let's go ahead and see. What, oh my goodness, and that just jumped out. What somebody could be wanting to offer, do, or say. My goodness, we have a tower energy. I don't think anyone is necessarily looking for a tower. I do feel like, though, what is going on here is if there has been some sort of tower, some sort of change or shakeup between you and somebody who is on your mind, they could be wanting to talk. They could be wanting to see you. Obviously, it's not going to be everybody's situation. You're all dealing with different things. The tower coming up here, if it has nothing to do with you and this person, it could definitely have to do with some things that have been going on in their life. I do see somebody who's feeling kind of discouraged, overwhelmed, defeated, frustrated. And with the Page of Pentacles, sometimes it's an energy of somebody wanting to offer something, but not feeling like they're in a place where they do have a lot to offer and yet still wanting to continue. There could be something about you. There could be something about this connection that has really shaken this person up more than you realize. But look at what we have on the bottom of the deck and what was peeking out. We have a Four of Wands and a Fool energy. These are really positive energies. And I was asking about what somebody might be wanting to offer or say. And with this Four of Wands on the bottom of the deck, this can be somebody wanting to take things to the next level with you, wanting to see you, wanting to meet up with you, wanting to move things forward. With the Fool energy, could even be wanting to do something spontaneous. Now, if there has been a challenge or a difficulty between the two of you, somebody could definitely take you by surprise with these energies by expressing just how genuinely interested they are. The fact that they can't seem to get you off their mind here. A lot of Aries energy, Aquarius as well. But in their heart space, we have a Ten of Swords that is specifically Gemini energy, but this is somebody who could be feeling defeated, hurt, wounded, could be a little to no contact situation. There could have been a difficulty between the two of you. If that has nothing to do with your situation, because every single one of you is dealing with different things. Some of you have somebody new coming in. Some of you have a crush. Some of you have somebody you have some real history with. Some of you are in a connection with somebody that you're just getting to know. Some of you are dealing with a strong soul connection. Every single one of you watching this is dealing with something different. But whatever the case, for this Ten of Swords to show up in this person's heart space, there has been some sort of defeat or pain or loss that is still very strong in this person's mind. If somebody has gotten quiet, they could be feeling very discouraged. They could even be worried that they have lost their chance with you, especially with a Tower there. But a Ten of Swords, it is really like the end of a painful situation. It is the end of overthinking. And you see how the light is rising in the background. Swords represent thoughts. Sometimes you get to the point where you're overthinking, and you just can't anymore. It's like you just can't go around in these circles in your mind. Like at some point, you just have to let it go and come to the end of all that like frustrating mental energy and start again. And it's interesting when I pause to talk about that, the sun rising in the horizon, which can be a new beginning after some sort of, difficulty. Here is the Full energy showing up again. I do feel like somebody, they want to do something that's spontaneous, maybe surprise you, take a leap, wanting to talk, see you. But why do we have the Ten of Swords in their heart space? Why do we have the Ten of Swords? If they're, Eight of Pentacles, yeah, they do want to see you. They do want to put in the energy. They do want to see what can happen and where this can go. And all that shuffling, and now the Full energy is back on the top of the deck. Like it keeps showing up. Some of you holding space for new love, you could definitely meet somebody new with that Full energy, the way it keeps showing up. And if this is your energy of feeling difficult and defeated, I feel like you're coming to the end of something difficult. You're coming to the end of a painful time, and you are ready for fresh things. So this is like a total release of some sort. But we do have the Ten of Swords clarified by the Eight of Pentacles. Virgo energy here. Could be dealing with a Virgo or have that strong in your chart. But it does feel like if somebody is feeling discouraged, let down, unsure, maybe worried that, this could be done with the Eight of Pentacles, there is this desire to put in the energy. Once again, a Page of Pentacles, an Eight of Pentacles, and the Fool keeps keeps showing up. There is this desire to just put in this energy and to just see, is there something here? Can it go someplace? Can something happen? Because look at what they like best about you in this connection with you. The Nine of Cups, Pisces energy here, but there's something about this that does feel like a wish come true. It does make them happy. Like there's things between the two of you that have felt good and have felt so right. This person does want to spend time with you. They want to see you. They want to be around you. They want to have those good moments. And I just heard again, in some cases, this can be somebody wanting to return if there has been a little to no contact. Obviously, only take that if it speaks to your situation. Spirit, why do we have a Nine of Cups and what they like best about Gemini? We have the Magician, specifically Gemini energy here. Aries and Virgo can be significant as well, but this is the energy of somebody who's thinking about you, has feelings for you. It could be wanting to take some sort of action and could be wanting to create an Ace of Pentacles, like a stable offer, a new beginning. They're wishing for you, and what they also like about you is that there's something about you that feels like a wish come true, and there's something about you just taking action, doing things, saying things, like something about spontaneity, and the fact that they know that the two of you kind of were drawn into each other's world. This is somebody you've manifested into your experience, maybe without even realizing it, and they have manifested you into their experience, and they feel this and they do want more. We have a Moon, a Hierophant peeking out, and a Page of Cups here. Pisces, Taurus, and then all the water, Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces. But I just got to show you these cards that are looking at me. It does feel like there is something to do with connection, commitment. There's a flirtation, there's an interest, there is an attraction. But with the Moon card, some things are being held back. There could be some confusion or some things that have yet to be revealed. But it has to do with interest and somebody wanting to take things to the next level. What they don't like as much is the Knight of Swords energy. This can be somebody who is kind of rushing or things moving very quickly. It definitely feels like there could be a desire for more patience, with the Knight of Swords showing up as what they don't like as much. Sometimes this can be the energy of somebody who's thinking about you like crazy. Their mind keeps running to you. Even if there has been a difficulty, they can't get you off their mind. And that definitely could be Gemini energy, Aquarius, Libra. Could be dealing with another air sign. Spirit, why do we have the Knight of Swords and what they don't like as much? Why do we have the Knight of Swords? We have the Six of Pentacles and the Chariot. Things could have really taken off between the two of you. It could have even like moved quickly and been very intense here. But there's something about that has been, I don't know, like maybe nerve-wracking or even challenging, with that showing up in the challenge placement. But there is a Six of Pentacles and a Chariot, Taurus, Cancer energy. There is, I feel like, still, regardless of the fact that this has been challenging, it does seem like you're on somebody's mind. And there is this desire that maybe they don't want to necessarily rush, or maybe you aren't wanting to rush, but there is a desire to move forward. But we have a Six of Pentacles. That is somebody who's looking for balance, equal give and take. Somebody who is looking for someone who, and I just heard mirrors, like mirrors them, gives as much as they have to give. And it can be somebody who's willing to move forward if this is something that is balanced and right. Their highest hopes are the Ten of Wands. A few things. If this has been painful and difficult and burdensome, or if there have been difficulties between the two of you, it can be that they're wanting to come to the end of the difficulties and the challenges and, leave like whatever painful things or heavy things that maybe there have been between the two of you in the past. Now, the Ten of Wands, Sagittarius energy here, can be somebody gathering all their strength and confidence to see something through. It comes after the Nine of Wands, which is somebody who's still got like one last step, one last move, but they're getting worn out and, feeling jaded, and yet they find the strength that they have to gather everything and see something through. It is something that is just about to arrive. It is like somebody who's been carrying things for a long time. I don't know if somebody's been carrying feelings for you for a while, but it does feel like they could be wanting to talk, see things through. They could also be hoping that you're going to take some sort of step to see something through. Spirit, why do we have this 10 of Wands here? Why do we have the 10 of Wands in the highest hopes? We have an 8 of Wands and a Page of Wands and a Page of Cups here on the bottom of the deck. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, and then all the water that we mentioned before. I'm going to just go ahead and take these out, a little easier to hold them up and talk about those energies. But a Page of Pentacles, a Page of Cups. We've seen a Page of Swords, which is somebody who's really curious about you. A Page of Coins and what they're thinking, wanting to take a step. But it does feel like there is something about fresh starts, new beginnings, maybe a little communication, a little flirtation, seeing each other and just seeing where it can go from there. It's like it doesn't all have to happen right this moment, but there is this interest. And I do feel like there's this mutual attraction here. We have the 10 of Wands clarified by the 8 of Wands. The 8 of Wands is when everything begins to flow. So if there's something this person has been wanting to say or do, or they've been hoping for maybe a communication from you, that could definitely be taking off. With the 8 of Wands, it does feel like things are beginning to flow and move forward. We have that energy of not liking that Knight of Swords, which can sometimes be rushing into something when you don't necessarily know what's going to happen and where it's going to go. But the 8 of Wands is also a very quick movement, but it is when somebody sorted some things out. It comes after the 7 of Wands, which is healthy boundaries and taking a stand for what's important. Somebody sorted some things out and decided what is most important, and now they're taking action and things are really beginning to flow. Things could be taking off between the two of you, and this person could definitely be hoping for communication and forward movement. Their deepest fears are the three of Cups. A few things here. Now, the 3 of Cups, when it shows up in a positive placement or really any placement in a reading, it has to do with celebration, reunion, family, friends, good times, just being with those that really click, those you connect with, those that support and celebrate you. It is a very positive energy, but it's showing up in what they fear. And because it has a lot to do with friendship, it can be somebody a little nervous about being friend zoned here, somebody who doesn't want to be just friends. It feels like they want more. I saw the 2 of Cups. It was on the bottom of the deck when this 10 of Wands jumped out for the, I always kind of glance at the bottom of the deck to get more information, but when that 10 of Wands came out for the highest hopes, I saw that 2 of Cups. It's like somebody is wanting to take things further to the next level, but they don't want to, it to be, I feel like they want the fun, they want the good times, they want to enjoy, but they don't want it to be just that. They definitely want more. I feel like they also don't want anything or anyone coming in between the two of you. Spirit, why do we have the 3 of Cups here? Why do we have the 3 of Cups? We have the Knight of Wands and the 9 of Wands. Strong Leo energy for that Knight of Wands, though all the fire here can be significant. But I do have to say, I was just talking about the 9 of Wands, which is that wounded warrior energy. Somebody feeling worn out, unsure, and it's paired here with the Knight of Wands, which is somebody who just wants to go for it. So it almost feels like there's something about this person, like almost being tempted to give up, and yet a part of them also feels so attracted and so interested. They want to find that. They want to find that confidence, take action. Definitely somebody could be hoping for communications from you and that things really take off, but there also could be some things that they're wanting to say to you and to you alone. It's like they don't want anybody else coming between the two of you. So now we're going to look at what's likely to happen, what they're likely to do next, and any advice Spirit has for you. Likely to happen is the Queen of Cups. Wow. Okay, could be dealing with Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. Very strong Cancer energy as queens are cardinal. I'm also recording this as our mid-May reading, so we are getting into Gemini season. So Gemini birthday season, and happy birthday to any of you who celebrate. And then right after that, towards the end of June, we have Cancer season coming up. So I don't know if that could be significant of somebody here in the next, 5 or 6 weeks beginning to open up their heart in new ways that they haven't been before. I'm very careful careful to talk about timing because we're all on different timelines and anything can happen at any moment. But I definitely feel like there is something about, this like May, June timing that is very significant. But with the Queen of Cups being what is likely to happen, regardless of sign, timing, this is a powerful love card. This is somebody who feels and feels very deeply. This is love being expressed, communicated, and moving forward. The two of you could be thinking about one another. You could be seeing signs of one another. You could be feeling this connection very deeply. This is a very deep, intuitive, and psychic card even. And so you could be picking up on each other's energy, like so much more than you even know. Like moments you're thinking about this person, I feel like they're thinking about you as well. There could be an offer, but with our Queen of Cups, it is somebody who's giving very deep thought to their feelings. Spirit, why do we have the Queen of Cups? And I don't know if you all saw that just jumped out. There is the Wheel of Fortune. The Wheel of Fortune showed up at the beginning of the reading with the Knight of Cups and the King of Cups, which all have a lot to do with emotion and feeling and expressing feelings, falling for somebody, wanting to talk, wanting to explore things. Here we have the Queen of Cups clarified by the Wheel of Fortune, which can definitely be things really taking off, something from the heart, moving forward, just kicking into high gear. I like the Wheel of Fortune because this is when your universe comes in and spins the wheel and helps things to move forward. Things that have been stuck begin to move forward. Things that have been down begin to go up. Things that have been delayed begin to kick into motion and really take off. Somebody could be wanting a chance or an opportunity, but with this being what is likely to happen between the two of you, things could really move forward. And so what are they going to do? Eight of Wands. Okay, so not surprised to see that their Eight of Wands is their highest hope. And the Eight of Wands is what this person is likely to do. And do you see the difference in this energy? With this Ten of Wands, this is somebody feeling weighed down and worn out, but really wanting to see something through. But the Eight of Wands, it's light. It's bright. There's a lot of energy. It feels like a weight is lifted here in the very near future. And things begin to take off. There could be messages, communication. Everything could begin to flow. I mean, the Wheel of Fortune and the Eight of Wands is the energy of movement and change, communication. This can be your phone ringing and the two of you beginning to talk, and you just talk all night long. And it feels so natural. It feels like you haven't missed a beat. I feel like the two of you do really want this, with the Queen of Cups being what is likely to happen between the two of you. I do feel like there's a lot of mutual feeling. In fact, the two of you could really begin to talk about this. So what is your advice? The Six of Wands. Oh, I like that. Leo energy here. But our Six of Wands is an energy of success, achievement, things coming together, being celebrated, being accepted and well received. It is an energy that comes right after the Five of Wands, which can be frustration, conflict, difficulty, misunderstandings. But if you're coming into the Six of Wands, maybe you did deal with a Five of Wands. There was a Tower in this reading. There's a Ten of Swords. It's clear there has been pain, misunderstanding, miscommunication, and difficulty. And once again, if it hasn't happened between you and this person, don't even worry about it. It can be things you faced in the past, they faced in the past. We've all faced our fair share. But it does seem like there are things that you've been through, things that were painful, even overwhelming, and you have overcome. And if you aren't feeling that way, you could definitely be feeling that way in the very near future. You've come through those challenges, and this is the energy of moving forward, leaving behind you the difficulties and the doubts and the frustration, and recognizing that if you take a step or make a move, it could definitely be very well received, or this can be somebody coming towards you, hoping for this chance or this opportunity. This is somebody who could admire you, be drawn to you, find you very interesting and attractive, wanting things to work out. But trust in yourself and realize that you do have what it takes to be loved, to be appreciated, and to be accepted. And when you move forward in that energy of knowing your worth and your value, people see you in that way. They pick up on it in that way, and they do accept you and love you, and you do have to have the energy within yourself to have it mirrored in those around you. So recognize who you are, recognize your value, and then let things take off, because it feels like something is going to move forward here. So that is the message that I have for you. I do hope something in here spoke to everyone who is guided. If you enjoyed the message, please put a like. If you haven't subscribed, I would love if you would. In the description box of this video, you can see the link to my website for personal readings, and also the link to my profile on the People's Artists. I would love if you all would vote for me and continue to vote. And I appreciate you guys so much, every single one of you. I love you, and I'll talk to you soon.